It would be important for you to not jump on board with the teen against the treatment program, even around simple things like the food, or maybe some of the rules around communication, not being able to call as much as they want, or whatever the friction might be between the teen and the program. Make sure that you're in unison with the treatment program. In addition to not talking negatively to your teen about the treatment program, make sure you're not doing that either with your co-parent. It's important that they keep their positive energy about this as well. I can promise you that if you do say negative things, your teen will kind of log that away, and down the road you'll probably see that brought back up again as to why maybe the program wasn't a good one or it wasn't a good fit. So make sure you're very careful about the things you say.
So how do we get to this point? Let's look at how two people that are not that far apart, who are fairly united when they start out, can get to a point where they're quite on opposite sides of the teeter-totter. So up here we have two parents. It's natural for one to be a little bit more relationship-oriented, right? And it's natural for maybe the other to be just maybe slightly more structurally kind of thinking about structure and respect and boundaries and things like that. So if that's their worldview and the belief about how you parent revolves around those two things, you're going to have a little gap here, but they're pretty balanced, aren't they, right now? And we can do that with a 2-year-old, right? It's not too intense yet. We might have a difference of opinion, but as they age and get a little older, they start to really put pressure on the system. They start to make choices. And one parent might think, wow, this is really serious. This is a big issue. We got to deal with this. The other one thinks, yeah, it's an issue, but maybe not so much. That difference, as the fear increases inside parent A, causes parent A to do what? Step out here and maybe add a little more structure. There needs to be more, we need to hold them accountable more. We need to, is any of this sounding familiar? Okay. We need to have better boundaries for what's going on because the behavior is not getting any better. It's getting worse. But I trust the process. I believe that if you believe that people have strengths and resources inside them, all you have to do is help it come out. And you believe there are exceptions to every problem that they tell you. Or if it's you're so immersed in the problem you can't see positives. If you really believe this, then you will start to search. And you'll find exceptions, you'll find strengths, you'll find ways to do it. To resolve the complaint, you don't have to know the cause. A lot of times, as parents, we will try to solve a problem by identifying why did it happen. But the human system, there's so many factors that go into it, isn't there? Instead of trying to eliminate a behavior or get rid of something, why not create something instead? Does that sound better? Instead of trying to get rid of distrust, why don't you create trust? When we love somebody, we care. When we hate somebody, we care, right? So there's something really in common with those two things. I think the opposite of love is apathy. I don't care. Go from really caring a lot to I don't care at all. I'm apathetic. So follow me here because it's pretty cool. If the opposite of love is apathy, if we jump back over to love, the opposite of apathy is what? Not love, but what's the opposite of apathy? Curiosity. So curiosity is a level of love that we could show anybody, anytime, right? It's appropriate in the workplace. It's appropriate anywhere, is to show curiosity. We know the people in our lives that we meet them and they're the ones asking all the questions. And after 15 minutes, you're like, I haven't even been able to ask you what's going on with you in your life. But you walk away from conversations like that feeling loved. You really do. The good news is it takes two people to maintain a cycle. Do you see the good news in that? What does that mean about one person? It only takes one person to change the cycle, to stop the cycle. This is where the power of one really comes in. You can make a huge difference in and of yourself by being aware of the cycle and being aware of really what your contribution to that cycle is.
Have you ever heard the quote that calm is a superpower? I think it really is. So antidote number 4 is self-soothing. If you think about it, we try to teach children from babies on up to be able to soothe themselves when they're frustrated or angry or scared. We need to relearn it a lot of times as adults.